Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, good morning. It is 6:15 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Chris is in for Jamie. Brennan's in for Jeff. I'm just here. I cannot be replaced. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
We're all just penciled in.
We are all penciled in.
I am highly aware of that. We are all
I'm penciled in. That's for dang sure.
It won't take long to, they'll just salute and move on. So, hey, by the way, there's a Cowboy game tonight.
I heard that.
They take on the Detroit Lions. Are you on the Cowboy wagon in terms of they have a shot at making the playoffs?
I guess I am. I guess this is ask me after this game tonight.
Okay, and that's fair because others have said that.
I am on record as saying that this is a bottom 7 team in the NFL, and until they made the two moves at the trade deadline to shore up the defense.
It's not a bottom 7 offensive team.
It's not. I didn't say it was a bottom 7 offensive team. It's a bottom 7 team because your defense wasn't stopping anybody. When they shored up the run game, and they've had some young cornerbacks get tossed into service, and they've actually performed well, and they've been able to keep Diggs off the field, and that's the main thing. Deron Bland getting healthy and starting to show signs of what made him a top cornerback a few years ago is helpful, but they still got
Overshown coming back.
Overshown coming back is a huge piece of that deal. This is a high draft pick that never saw any action last year. He gets hurt in preseason, and now he's come back and he's shown the flashes of what made him such a star. And I think there's the defense can continue to play the way it's playing, and they can stay healthy on that side of the ball. I think they've got a chance to do some good things because the offense that's playing at a Pro Bowl, nay, I say MVP level.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, you say that out loud, MVP level, Dak Prescott.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Dare to dream, because the Eagles are going backwards.
They are, and
they have a tough one on Monday, when they play the Los Angeles Chargers in LA.
Yeah, this is not. It's not going the direction that the Eagles need it. And it seems to have started with the Cowboys, or maybe the Cowboys exacerbated it. What was already happening, but the Eagles are the East is not done.
No, it's you could say it's up for grabs.
It is up for grabs, and the Cowboys are split with the Eagles. They have won the other 2 games. If they win the other 2 games, guess what? The Cowboys might win the East.
And listen, Detroit is going backwards.
The injuries have really decimated Detroit on defense.
But that's part of the game, though.
It is, and no one's crying for the Cowboys when the Cowboys were decimated on defense, and the injuries have started to hamper the offensive line for the Lions, and they're playing old Skipper. Who's that big, lunky dude from Arkansas that I threw a lot of flags on that guy at Arkansas, too.
Brennan, are you a diehard Cowboys fan?
I used to be, and now this year I've just kind of taken a step back just because of everything that happened in offseason, but kind of looking at it now, it feels like, okay, some of these trades that Jerry Jones has made are kind of starting to work out. I really like what I've seen from George Pickens, obviously. That's been a fun piece to watch.
Now, let me ask you this. When the Chiefs and the Cowboys played, did you root for the Cowboys?
When I was watching that game, I was kind of pulling for the Cowboys, honestly.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's look, not everybody has to jump on the bandwagon.
I kind of have Chiefs fatigue.
Okay, and that's fair too. And I see that with people. You hear that with the national pundits. I get it.
It when they're the plucky new team, everyone likes them, and then 4 years
Sure.
later, if they're still doing it, everyone's like, okay.
Right. No, I get it. People get tired
And
of
that's
it.
what happened with the Patriots.
Yeah, sure.
Happened with the Cowboys in the 90s.
Sure.
Happened with the Packers. Happened with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of gets, depending on, even the Bills, they just happened to be the team that got to the Super Bowl every year and lost. And so everyone's kind of rooting for them.
I mean, this Chiefs team this year that's kind of what I went through as a Chiefs fan from like 1970 to about 1983 when they made the playoffs again, or 86, and then from 86 to the 90s, and then here to the Mahomes era. So, and look, they may have to reinvent themselves. And look, Brady went a long time between wins number 4 and 5.
You suffered through some Todd Blackledge.
Oh,
Bill Kenny.
no doubt. Bill Kenny was a good quarterback.
Yeah, well, Bill Kenny was a good quarterback.
Elvis Gerbach.
Elvis Gerbach.
Okay.
Is Jeff Fuller?
Steve Fuller. Steve Fuller was not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, it's a bad offensive line.
Yes. I mean, I always felt sorry for James Hadnot, who played on really, really bad teams for the Chiefs, and Thomas Howard, who played on really, really bad teams for the Chiefs. All right. So I get it, man. Hey, and that's fine. If you want to jump off the bandwagon, it's okay. Come back in a few years. They'll be back. But tonight, the Cowboys have a real chance to win a lot of their fan base back and go, hey, they're 7-5-1.
Can you believe it? And then at some point, you're going to start looking back at games and going, what the heck, man? That Arizona loss on Monday night, you're going to go, what the heck,
But
man?
you got to have amnesia. Yeah. We'll have the Cowboys and the Lions tonight at 6, play-by-play at 7. And I find it very fascinating that Brendan gives Jerry Jones the credit for the trades, okay? Which, hey, if you're going to blame Jerry for all the bad stuff, when the good stuff happens, he's got to be involved.
I mean, that's a fair statement.
But let's be honest. The product on the field, Jerry he's, I guess, signing off on some of those decisions at the very end. But at the end of the day, somebody's walking into his office and saying,
Stephen Jones is pulling more than
boss,
now.
I just want to let you know before it hits the news, we've traded for so-and-so today. Is that a good...
I don't think it happens like that. I think Stephen's walking in there and say, hey, Jerry, what do you think about trading for this guy? And then Jerry is still making the ultimate decision. Jerry's still in charge of everything from socks to jocks.
Okay.
He is not. He may have a whiskey neat in his hand when he's doing it.
Of everything from Slater. Send it.
Can you turn your phone off?
That Siri did that.
I do. Turn Siri off. Turn Siri
Sorry,
off.
Siri, you've got to go.
Siri, go to hell.
Such anger at 6:22 in the morning.
I just my filter has evaporated in life, which is fine. I mean, I'm 65, and
You're like my mom. It's awesome. She's 84, and she doesn't give a blank anymore.
I mean, my filter has completely evaporated. When I'm handing out the trinkets, at the Overton, and I'm very crystal clear on who gets to win and who doesn't.
Wow.
You got to be pretty to win the big prize.
Wow, Chuck Heinz.
You do.
Come
You gotta
on.
be pretty to win the
You
big
don't have
prize.
to say that. You can.
They love it when I say that.
You can practice that, but you don't have to say that.
They love it when I say that. And I'll say, look, I've always prefaced this with, as I've gotten older, my filter has gone away. My wife thinks I'm harmless. And I just want you to know that you won this tonight because you're the prettiest one here tonight.
Wow.
And they love it. It's like, why didn't I think about this when I was 24? Okay?
Because then you're just a creepy dude.
No, you're just...
Now you're that harmless old guy over there now.
Right, just harmless.
Then, now if you're 24 and you do that, now you're the creepy stalker dude.
Cuddly old teddy bear over there,
Yeah.
Grandpa.
It's kind of cute. Now they want to take pictures with you and hug up on you.
Right?
If you do that when you're 24, they're like, you're creepy.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
And it works.
I don't think that's
I'm not
a good
trying
advice.
to do anything, but I mean, it's just it puts a smile on their face.
Brendan, don't do that. Don't do what he's saying. Yeah. Don't do that.
I don't know, Brendan.
Not until you're 65. Don't do that.
Let's see here. Detroit's without their stud tight end and one of their best wide receivers. Yeah, well, go Cowboys, go.
Yeah, Laporta's out.
Yeah, who cares, man? at the end of the day, they're going to look at that and go, did the Cowboys beat Detroit? Yes. Did the Eagles lose to the Chargers? Yes. Is that one of the reasons why the Cowboys win the division? Yes.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
7:15 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Good morning with Chris Snead is in for Jamie. I'm Chuck Heinz. We'll have Cowboy football tonight at 6. They play in Detroit against the Lions. And then tomorrow and Saturday, it's championship football. We'll have the American Championship game Friday night at 6:30. And then Saturday, Optimum Game Day live coverage all day long. Tech and BYU from Dallas or Arlington. We'll have the SEC Championship, the ACC Championship, and the Big Ten Championship between Double T 97.3 and 100.7 The Score. What'd you make of Chris Klieman retiring yesterday at K-State?
I think
that's a curious, quote, retirement.
Somewhat forced. I think there was more along the lines of, we're going to allow you to resign, and here's your dignity. And I think
Really?
I think here's how I think this happened. I think they wanted Colin Klein. Colin Klein was about to take the job of South Florida. They reached out and said, hey, if we had a job here at K-State, would you take it? And Colin Klein said, yeah, but you've got a Chris Klieman problem. And he said, let us worry about that. And the next thing you know, Chris Klieman is announcing his retirement.
Yeah, he's 58. Awful young.
I mean,
does he have health issues? Is there family issues?
How old is Joey?
He's 53, I believe.
Exactly. I'm 56. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
I'm going to fact check myself.
There's a lot of guys out there that are coaching in their prime, in this range. I kind of think that they just.
Coach McGuire's 54.
Okay. I'm thinking that they kind of helped Chris along in this endeavor.
Well, I mean, they went 6-6 this past year. If it's a true retirement, then I feel sorry for his staff because, I mean, he just got a boatload of people fired.
Sure did.
I mean,
that's usually the bad part about a guy leaving. When you fire a head coach in football, you don't fire one guy and he leaves. You fire about 120 people.
Yeah, I mean, it affects
that's the part that most people don't realize, that when everyone is just like, oh, we got to get rid of so and so. No, you got to get rid of so and so and everyone that came with him. You're going to affect roughly in the neighborhood of about 400 or 500 people.
And
500 lives when you fire a coach.
And who was his offensive coordinator, play caller? Because Colin Klein probably is not going to retain Matt Wells.
Matt Wells, I bet you Matt Wells wasn't going to stick around anyway.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, you turned Avery Johnson into what Avery Johnson turned into.
And then maybe the question too is, does Avery Johnson stick around?
Yeah.
Maybe Avery Johnson says, well, they say I'm kind of a Colin Klein. I'd like to think I'm a little bit better Colin Klein, but you've not shown that you're a Colin Klein.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was curious as well, though.
Yeah. So and you kind of heard some health issue stuff and just some family stuff, and I don't know.
The timing of that was odd,
especially coming yesterday. The season did just end, so it was just Wednesday. So, but still, I mean, on National Signing Day, what did that do to their recruiting class?
Yeah.
All those kids that thought they were going to go play for Chris Klieman. And the other thing I wonder is, did Chris Klieman go, hey, winning at this level is really, really hard. Winning at North Dakota State was a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I was winning championships there. The question is, how many millions of dollars is he giving up instead of him making them fire him? Yes. The bills pride doesn't pay the bills or fund their retirement. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
maybe, you know what? Maybe there was a nice little buyout for him, therefore. And they said, if you go ahead and retire, we'll put some of this buyout in there for you.
I understand that, but if he was, let's say he was making $4 million a year or whatever,
mm-hmm.
And when people, even people that make a lot of money live paycheck to paycheck. You get used to making couple hundred grand a month.
I mean, yeah.
It can go away pretty quickly too. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens there because they haven't formally announced Colin Klein yet, have they?
I don't think so.
I think that's just the speculation, and the immediate, I think, comparison is Colin Klein a better version of Cliff Kingsbury? He's 36. He's the offensive coordinator right now at Texas A&M. That sounds really familiar.
Yeah, but you wonder if it's better for a guy like Colin Klein to go and do this at a G5 school as opposed to a Power 4 school. Because jumping into a Power 4 school, all the things that Cliff didn't want to do, the meals, the luncheons, the conferences, and things like that, and all that crap. Cliff wanted the X and O. He hated recruiting. Mm-hmm. He loved designing plays. He loved working with the kids and coaching kids, but he hated recruiting. He hated going to.
He was not a handshaker.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to your kickoff luncheon, your kickoff breakfast, your whatever. He didn't want to do any of that stuff. He just wanted X and O. And the second those things were over, he was out of there. He wouldn't want to stick around and take pictures. Joey wants to hang around and do that stuff. Joey loves to do that stuff. And Cliff, he's not comfortable doing it. Didn't want to be there. Didn't like doing press conferences. Didn't like, you get run into some of that.
Well, I mean, he was always very cordial with me, very nice with me. I mean, he was aware that I was there. I mean, clearly, like the day that he complimented me on dressing up for the press conference.
Yeah.
When I walked in wearing my flip flops and a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. Well, it was like it was Labor Day.
Yeah. Glad to see you dressed up, Joe.
Glad to see you dressed up. Wow. On the days I do dress up, it's like, hey, that's a nice looking tie you got on today. No. But that's okay. I mean, it's all good.
Yeah.
So anyway, it will be interesting to see how that works out for them, because every school wants one of their own. Okay. They want, and sometimes it works and a lot of times it doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I agree. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, I mean, Eric Morris is a guy who's considered to be like a offensive genius type, but he's also been a head coach at a smaller school and brought that head coaching knowledge to
2 smaller schools.
Yeah, to North Texas, now taking it to Oklahoma State, as opposed to going from that OC role at a Power 5 to jumping into a head coaching job at a Power 4. I should say that.
You kind of moved up through the ranks.
Yeah, you've got to. It's different. It's different when you put on the captain hat, because now all of a sudden all those questions that somebody else was answering, all those decisions that somebody else was making, are now laying at your feet.
Yes, I mean it's the old thing of you go from making suggestions to decisions.
Exactly.
And then being held accountable for the decisions that you're making, as opposed to going, hey, that was Chris's decision.
Exactly. Hey, I offered it up. He made the decision.
I said we should run the ball on 3rd and 1, and the head coach said,
"We're going to throw it."
And it's kind of like Neil Brown, who, by the way, is the new head coach at North Texas. Did you know that?
Saw that.
Who when there was a controversial play call here in Lubbock, I forget what the deal was, and Neil Brown was asked about it, and he goes, that's a $4 million decision,
yep.
$3 million decision. In other words, I didn't make that decision. The head football coach made that, which he clearly disagreed with the decision, because he said that's a $3 million decision. And he was not making $3 million a year.
Yep.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
More Red Raider football talk at 8 o'clock. Get your level of confidence. See what Chris's level of confidence is at 8 o'clock. 7:45, it's the Boom, Boom, Boom. And next, Jamie's question of the day.
Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3, presented today by someone not named Jamie, is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
I'm clear on that, Jamie. I have 2 questions for you, gentlemen. I'll let you choose.
He would say, thankfully, probably feels that way.
I'll let you choose either question A or question B.
Okay. One's got the lion and one's got the pretty girl. Is that how that works?
No, they're both. I mean, the reality is you're probably going to get both questions anyway.
Okay, let's just do question A.
Question A. Does any team in the current iteration of this week's college football playoff ranking, the top 12, does any team in that ranking scare you as a Texas Tech fan?
Yes.
Who is that team?
I think Ohio State concerns me. I think Georgia concerns me. I think the pucker factor is there for A&M, Oklahoma, and Alabama. Just because you want to make sure that the lights aren't too bright.
Okay.
So yeah, I would tell you, you're going to, after starting with Saturday, every team that you play, they also think they're pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I think that we should have their full attention, and they should have our full attention.
Okay.
All right, Brennan?
For me, I kind of look at it as like, okay, who's unblemished? And it's for me, it's Ohio State. Now, Alabama has obviously played a lot better than when they lost to Florida State. And they haven't lost since losing to the Seminoles. So I just kind of look at, okay, who's beatable? Because I think in some respects, in some regards, every team in this playoff field is beatable. There's no true team that's head and shoulders above the rest. Ohio State is probably the closest, though.
Okay.
Now, they're going to really be tested against Indiana. I think some people are saying Ohio State will blow them out.
Me, 21 points.
Okay.
I'll take that action. Because
I think it'll be a lot closer.
I do too. For me, the only team in the entire 12-team bracket that scares me is Indiana. The only team. Because they've been consistent and good against all competition. I mean, the only time they got close was that Penn State game. And even in that Penn State game, their defense was a little bit suspect that day. It's the only day they've been. But they have, remember their first big test of the year on the road against Illinois, number 9 in Illinois, and they
played Illinois at home.
They played regardless.
They won 63-10.
Worked them by 50. And I was like, what? I said, these guys are good. They're consistent. They know they're good. They play with the cockiness of their coach, Chris Snead. He's the Mr. Google Me guy. And I think that Ohio State has tended to, I think there could be a 21-point victory in this game. I think it could be Indiana over Ohio State.
Wow.
Yeah. I absolutely think Ohio State could get beat by 20. I don't think Ohio State's been tested this year.
And I thought that too. I thought, okay, their schedule's kind of similar to Indiana's. But I think Ohio State's a more talented team
I
than
actually
Indiana.
do. I agree with you 100%.
But, Kurt Snead is a fantastic coach, and Ryan Day has his moments. Now, he proved he could finally get over the hump with their playoff run last year and winning the national championship, but...
And they still wanted to fire him because he lost to Michigan.
Right.
And that tells you everything you want to know about Ohio State and their fan base. They won a national championship and they were still not satisfied because they lost to Michigan.
That's important.
Big pictures, man.
I bet you there are a lot of Christmas cards this year with the Ohio State Michigan score on it.
I bet you there are. All right, second question. Okay. Question B here. And it's a question. I think I asked it on this show before. I know I've asked it on the bottom line before, but I'll ask it again. Today, December 4th, year of our Lord 2025. Is the Texas Tech head football coaching job the best job in the country? When you compare the facilities, the resources, the fan base, the administration alignment, everything that a coach could want is today, December 4th, 2025, is the Texas Tech head coaching job the best job in the country?
Man, that's there's no question it's the best in the Big 12. There's no question. I think when you throw in,
I'm not talking history. I'm talking today.
I know. When you throw in lifestyle, ease of access, ability to get in and out of town, recruit, you've got everything that you need. If you wanted a click pen that had, different colors on it for a Sharpie, they'd invent one for you.
Yep. We used to talk about how we had one of everything. Texas had 5 of everything. Well, now we've got 5 of everything.
Or we
can get them.
I mean, when you have the weight room like you have it, the indoor facility, the cooling tubs, the hot tubs, the workout room, the walkthrough room, the connected to the stadium, coaches' offices that should be suites, all those things, and you got basically an open checkbook. It'd be hard to say that it's not. I'd like to know who has it better.
Brennan?
I'm going to say, I can't remember what I answered last time. I think I agreed with you last time you asked this. I would say it's definitely top 10. I think right now, it's hard for me to say yes just because there's also a lot of programs that invest a lot into their football team and that also have passionate fan bases.
But you don't have the crazy governor going after you like you do at LSU.
And you don't have an athletic director that's going to fire you after you were in the semifinals last year and you go 3-3 to start and they fire you.
And then you look at all the craziness that goes on at Texas, and I'm sure there's pressure for Joey McGuire, but he's got it way better than most, no doubt.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good morning. 8:15 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thank you for being with us this morning on the Morning Drive. My percentage is 85% confident for Saturday. Somebody else, they were having an argument in their workplace that a loss wouldn't affect you in the college football rankings. I believe that it would drop you out of the top 4.
Oh yeah, out of the top 4. I don't think it'll drop you out of the playoffs.
Oh no. But I think you would end up hosting a college football playoff game, which
I don't think you would end up hosting. I think you would end up going on the road for a playoff game.
All you have to, you're not going to go below 8.
I think you could.
No.
Depending on how you lose too.
You're not going to. You're not. If you lose to BYU,
depending on how you lose. If you got
boat raced, maybe?
You got boat raced, and I don't think
it's like 42-7.
Yeah, and I don't see a world where you get boat raced by that.
I'm just telling you. I think if you lose, you'll be hosting. That's what I think. And let me tell you, there's plenty of people around this town. Plenty of people that would be like, Big 12 championship would be nice. That trophy would look nice over there at Texas Tech. But you know what would look a lot nicer? A lot of heads in beds. A lot of empty bellies coming to Lubbock. A lot of thirsty people.
I'd rather.
I'm with you. I'm just telling you.
I'd rather win a Big 12 championship.
I'm with you. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of people around town there'd be a lot of cash that would come into town that would spread throughout the whole community. Red Raider Nation welcomes crackheads and hookers. Hey, those little shenanigans don't work on this show. Okay?
Oh, I love that.
Okay?
Yeah. No, they work on this show.
Let me just tell you this.
They work on the show.
I'm the head man of the morning drive. Okay.
Hey, you know what?
That stuff doesn't fly here, buddy boy.
Hey, you keep doing you. You keep on doing you. You just drop some more over there. Drop some more.
I'm just disappointed we don't have that still saved.
What?
When Coach Tuberville declared me the head man of the morning drive.
Well, guess where he is?
I know he's
not here.
He's senator of Alabama. I know.
I mean, okay.
Okay, so I think this. I don't think you're going to drop below. I don't think you're going to drop to 9 or 10. There's no way. There's no way.
Bama dropped 6 spots after losing to OU.
All right, let me ask you this.
At home.
Let me ask you this. How much does, just say Indiana loses by less than 10 points. They stay at number 2?
No, it would probably
drop to 3.
I think that there's a chance they could drop out.
I think they'd have to lose by more than 10 to drop out.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to lose.
Okay.
I think the loser of that game is going to drop to 4.
And then Texas Tech potentially could go up to 3 or 2.
If Texas Tech goes up, yeah.
Yeah, if you win. Do you have a preference in terms of who gets in between James Madison or Tulane or North Texas?
I don't really care. I mean, seriously, I really don't. I mean, it's the battle to see which team gets beat by 30 in the first round.
All right.
Playoff.
Do you think the ACC gets left out? In other words, do you think that Duke beats Virginia?
It's potential. That's a potential. I mean, Duke's playing pretty good right now. I mean, they didn't start the year very well, but they're playing pretty good right now.
Is Miami going to get left out of the college football playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. Is BYU going to get left out of the big college football playoffs?
They're at 13 right now.
They're at 11. So that means if Virginia wins, they're in, and that means
they're rooting for Duke. I think they're going to get left out.
Yeah,
they need. Well, because here's the 2 things that are going to go against them. 1, I think Virginia's going to win. 2, I think BYU is going to get smoked. Well, they got a lot to play for.
Look, this is going to be very controversial, what I'm about to say.
Oh, boy.
This person says Tuberville is going to run the state of Alabama into the ground just like he did Tech football. Guys,
say that again.
Tuberville is going to run the state of Alabama into the ground just like he did Tech football. I'm going to tell you this. He left you in way better shape than Cliff Kingsbury left you.
From a talent standpoint,
that's what I'm talking about.
I think from a talent standpoint, yeah, Tommy Tuberville actually left the program in a better state.
Then he found it. He also
from a talent standpoint.
Okay, let me finish though. He also, on his own, helped raise money to go replace one of your practice fields to put in turf and beat the drum pretty loud for the indoor practice facility. I'm not saying you wouldn't have gotten it even if he hadn't done that. But the other thing I'm going to tell you is he did you a favor by leaving when he did, because he was going to coach another year, and you were going to pay him that, and then you were going to fire him, and then you were going to owe him money. So he did you a favor by leaving when he did, because it allowed you to give yourself a chance to see if Cliff Kingsbury could be your head coach.
You're not wrong.
So he did. Did you a favor by leaving what he did. So
however he did it,
the wringing of hands over him leaving, and then saying, "Well, he ran the football program into the ground." Okay, well, you can't have it both ways. I mean, I just look at it from the standpoint he did you a favor. He saw that it wasn't working. He said, "You know what? I'm going to reboot." And
he got himself a 3-year deal.
And these breakups, they're always messy, right? To a certain degree.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what Tubby Smith did. He got in a rental car and never came back. He drove to Amarillo. He ditched a meeting that they were supposed to have for the Womble.
Yeah.
Got in a car, and yet on one hand you look at Tubby Smith and go, man, I'm grateful for what he did because he took an absolute grease fire and put you in the NCAA tournament, yet he left you in shambles.
Yeah.
He left you in shambles. Because then, I mean, but it led to hiring Chris Beard, and you were within a possession of winning a national championship. And in fact, you should. You should have a banner hanging at United Supermarkets Arena. This is national champion.
Could we talk about the fact that we're going to play for a Big 12 championship?
Yeah, we can.
I don't want to talk about those Big 12 anymore.
Okay, they just got me off track. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, don't take the cheese, man.
I know. It was right there, and I got my hand in the mousetrap right now.
You did.
I got both hands in the mousetrap.
Slapping you down right now.
I can't get them out. But you're right.
Let me lift that little bar off for you. And just come out there and let's talk about the fact that we're playing for a Big 12 championship.
Thank God. And you know, here's the thing. Here's the thing that we should be thinking about. Thank God, on my birthday, that Texas Tech didn't score a single point in the second half, and K-State rallied and beat you, so that Kirby could say, you know what, I've had enough of this Matt Wells experience. You're gone. And bring in Sonny Cumbie, kick a 62-yard field goal.
A 62-yard field goal.
We got that, Brendan? Got that dialed up there, right? You get Jonathan Garibay dialed up with Brian Jensen, and then that leads you to Joey McGuire, and 4 years later, boom, bang, you're playing for a Big 12 championship.
I mean, yeah.
And might play for more than that.
And you know, if you can't be a fan and on board with this right now, yesterday, we had some Hognac yesterday on the bottom line. Texted, Joey McGuire, nothing without Cody Campbell's money. Well, duh. No one else says either. That's how you play this game now. But I mean, if you can't get on board with this and be excited about this right now, I mean, hey, these windows are fleeting, man. Get on board. Be excited right now because it may not happen again next year. I know we all thought we were going to go on this run of Final Fours in the NBA or in the NCAA tournament, or we were going to this run of College World Series. But hey, those runs, the door's closed, windows closed too.
8:25 this morning, and maybe Tubby didn't leave you in shambles because he did leave you with some pretty good players, as Shane points out. The point is, though, is it delayed your progress a little bit, just a little bit, in terms of getting the Womble built and all that kind of stuff.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Coming up at 9, it is the end of the bench with Rob Bro and company. At high noon today, the bottom line, featuring no Chris Snead today. We've had 3 hours. That's, a lot of us, or little of us, or some of us goes a long ways, right? Yeah. And then this afternoon, it's Clint Scott and Dr. Mike Gustafson. And then you'll hear the Cowboys tonight with Brad Sham. And will he say this a lot tonight?
Butter, 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 butter.
That's after a field goal by Brandon Aubrey. So, is that right? Is that his name? Did I get his name right?
Aubrey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. We're getting requests for me to sing something from the Jackson 5.
Please don't.
One Bad Apple.
Oh, my God.
ABC! 1, 2, 3! You had me going ABC! Could I go karaoke with you some night?
Not if you sing that.
Okay.
I was listening to that and I said, what in the absolute heck is that?
Yeah, right. I know most people were. All right. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that on mobile app. You know what got really lost in the shuffle yesterday?
What's that? National Signing Day?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think National Signing Day as a whole has taken a huge backseat to the transfer portal. And
yes.
the fact of the matter is, people are talking about like Cedric Ross. A guy like that, he's going to end up, I don't think his chances to play for Texas Tech and run out of our tunnel are over. I think he goes and he does what he's going to do at Colorado State, and potentially you see
maybe he becomes a specialist in becomes a guy that could be a big kick returner for you or be some kind of explosive guy for you.
It's almost as if, signing that college scholarship offer is the opening.
Well, we're in such win it now society,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've even gotten so impatient that I can't even wait behind one car in the drive-thru. It's like good God. So I mean, you want to, and I think your discussion yesterday about Coach McGuire's ability to, and it's not just him, it's his whole staff, it's the whole building. I mean, and he's made that clear from the get-go, from the jump, that the most important thing coming into that building are the players, and you're there to work with them and help them, advocate for them. And if you're not going to have a smile on your face and you're not going to, be there for the players, then you're basically not going to work there.
Yeah.
He's made that quite clear.
He is a master manager of people, and he's a brilliant motivator. And we talk about how he gets these kids who are, they're not all making the same amount of NIL money. I mean, I think some are making more than others. But, when you get a guy like a David Bailey who walks in on the day he walks in, the moment he walks in, he's the best player on that football team, and it's not even close. And he has to assimilate into what they're doing, not the team assimilate to what he's doing. And he's a master of getting that to happen. And
I think the point you made yesterday, too, about you pay somebody X, the quarterback, you use $6 million. I mean, it's not that much. But the point is, you've got a quarterback or a running back or a receiver making X, let's just say 7 figures or high 6. And then you got some, left tackle who's making half of that. And you're saying, hey, you're protecting him. And you're trying not to have, quote, professional jealousy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only natural. I mean, it's the workplace, right? I mean, it's like everybody's going to look at the person that they think is making the most money in the place and going, well, I work harder than that guy.
Yeah, but
I'm more important than she is.
It's a different situation in the NFL. Those guys are professionals, and they understand the quarterback's going to make more than the left tackle or the center, or in some cases, the defensive end. They understand that. In college, when you're talking about guys who are
19, 20 years old, 21.
Yeah, 3 years ago, we're getting their driver's license.
Right.
And now you're telling them, hey, you're going to make $400,000 to go rush the quarterback over there. Or we're going to pay you $100,000 to block for the guy that's making $500,000. Well, wait a second, I don't want to do that. I got to get my paper too.
How about the guys that graduated in 2023 and they're coming back and going, hey, we need a little help recruiting this guy going, and they're going, yeah, I couldn't even Nick Shimonek make furniture on my own that I was making, I was investing in, and I was selling it. I couldn't even do that as the backup quarterback for Texas Tech. And now I'm helping you get a guy that you're going to pay $250,000 because I have a relationship with him. I mean, and they're doing it. But, I mean, you have to create that culture of, hey, we want to make sure that these guys that were before us, are treated right and with respect and feel welcome. And when you walk into somebody's business or somebody's house or somebody's place of, where you're maybe going to be potentially employed, you can feel if you feel welcome.
Absolutely.
You can feel it.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, and you walk into that football building, I mean, they do the little things. I've not been over there a great number of times, but I mean, they're at that front desk, they're there to help.
Yep. And that starts at the athletic department offices as well. You walk to the front desk and hey, most of the time they know your name when you walk in the door, and if you've got an appointment, they know it, and they know you're there and who you're there to see and what you're there for. And I think that it's a top-down model, and I like it. They do a great job.
But I mean, and that's why you've been able to assimilate this team so quickly, and build them together as one, because I mean, we've seen it and we've talked about this before. Professional teams that they go out and buy the biggest roster they can, and then those guys can't get along together. Exactly. What do we hear in baseball? It's one cab, 25 guys, or it's 25 guys and 25 cabs.
Yep.
And guess what? The team that kind of works hard, plays hard, and has success together is usually a team that's enjoying each other, being around each other, and willing to fight for each other. So I don't know. I think it's pretty amazing what's been going on here. Let's see. Radio silence over Chuck singing. Someone plug in Chuck's heater.
There's no radio silence.
There's no radio silence. We're going to take all the oxygen out of the air and then some. 8:40 this morning here on the morning drive. Reminder at 9, it's the end of the bench with Rob Breaux and company. They'll keep you company until noon. Bottom line, Tech Talk, Cowboys tonight. Tomorrow, it's all-day coverage of Texas Tech and BYU as they play for a Big 12 championship on Saturday. You still kind of have to go, wow, right? Wow. How is this happening? It's happening because you won 11 ball games, and you're the home team. 8:40.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.